Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Supernatural Files. While we dive into the unexplained and the supernatural realm itself, today we are venturing into the most evil, most defiled, evil, wicked creature known to the supernatural world. That is a ghoul. Just creature that eats the flesh of humans and takes their form. Are they misunderstood? Are they just so evil that they think of this as a game? Stay tuned to find out. Ghoul is a demon-like creature or humanoid monster. They originated in pre-Islamic Arabian folktales. Creatures will go around the graveyards, drinking blood of humans, eating a human's flesh that were just buried in the ground. Modern adaptations describe them as a certain kind of undead monster. By extension, the word ghoul is meant to be a derogatory word, often described for a Maccabee, or whose occupation deals with death, such as a grave digger or a grave robber. A ghoul in legend, demonic creature that likes to inhabit a burial or burial grounds or any deserted places, such as graveyards or the desert or the savannah. Big folklore. The ghouls are said to be a demonic version of the jinn, the most vile, nasty jinn you could ever imagine, and were said to be the offspring of Iblis himself, the Prince of Darkness. They were capable of changing their forms, but the form was always recognizable, unalterable sign, the ass's hooven. Let's get into the folklore of the ghoul. Arabic folktale. The ghoul is said to inhabit graveyards or other inhabited places. A male ghoul is referred to as a ghoul, as a female is referred to ghoula. There is variations of different females. You have the mother ghoul and you have the aunt ghoul. She is often portrayed in many tales, luring hapless characters who are usually men and luring them into their house, usually men, where she can just kill them, eating their flesh. Some state that a ghoul is a desert-dwelling, shape-shifting demon that can turn their form into anything they want, like any kind of animal, but their famous one is a hyena. Lures unwary people into deserted places, such as the desert or abandoned places, where it can lure them and kill them and eat their flesh. The creature also preys on young children. They also drink their blood, steal their coins, and eats the dead. Then they can take the form of the person they just ate. Narratives identified as a ghoul is a ghoulie biyaban, a peculiarly monstrous character inhabited in the regions of Afghanistan and Iran. It was not until Anton Galland translated 1001 Nights into French that the Western world even heard of these creatures called ghouls. Depicted the ghoul as a monstrous creature that dwelled in cemeteries, feasting upon the corpses, able to consume the shape of an animal. Ghouls are grave robbers, living off the flesh of the victims. Travelers to planning a venture across the deserts or savannas of North Africa, Middle East, and Asia should be aware that ghouls entice men off the road and confuse them. Once the men are disoriented, the ghoul starts to feed off their flesh. Once the men are disorientated, the ghouls begin to feast upon their flesh. Considered female by the ancient, the ghouls were often confused with the Sila. The Sila was a witch-like species of the jinn, immutable to shape. Ghoul often in a disguise to attract women, trying to distract travelers. And when successful, they often ate and killed their victim. The sole defense in order to kill a ghoul was to kill them in one strike blow. A second blow would bring them back to life. Modern Arab uses the ghoul to demonstrate a human-like or demonic cannibal and frequently employ the word to frighten disobedient children. Now, let's get into the different regions of how they interpret the ghoul. In Europe, a ghoul is a cannibalistic monster often thought of as undead. In European folklore, they were once human, but they brought the curse on themselves by eating the flesh, dead or alive. They fed on the corpse of their living flesh, often abducting young children or luring away unwary people into abandoned places such as an abandoned graveyard, abandoned mines, or the desert. They are disgustingly ugly and stink of death. They are immensely strong but geniuses in a sarcastic way, thus tricking them is always a better way than fighting them. According to the traditional church bells, scare away the storm, the plague, the demons, the ghouls, and every hostile creature other than humans. In Greek mythology, ghouls are undead cacodemons called Phasma-Phalonian. Now here is the Arabic folklore to it. In Arabic folklore, a ghoul is a terrible, shape-shifting monster. It may appear in the form of a hyena or a hound, opening up graves and devouring corpses. They do not hesitate to eat lonely travelers who lost their way. They also hunt for young children, drink blood, and steal unattended coins. In Arabic, the term is sometimes used to describe a greedy or gluttonous individual. Now this is how the Islam view the ghoul. Ghouls are rarely to be mentioned in Islam. They have never been mentioned in the Quran, but they are mentioned in Hadith, but not with the same meaning of Arabian folklore or pre-Islamic Arabian religion. Is for misdirector people or a kind of primates. But even when they adopted in Islamic folklore, they sometimes considered as a devilish class of jinn, which is believed to be sired by Ilbis. Be sure, if you like this video, hit the red subscribe button down below. Hit it with the thumbs up, click the notification bell to always on, and leave a comment down below. I don't know about you, but if I'm in a desert or a graveyard or any abandoned places, I just might think twice about going into it, because you never know if there was a ghoul lurking behind you. Like always, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.